Hello, friends, and welcome. I'm Gianna with J. Marie Design, and today I am a guest. I know Lynn's probably just finishing up. We'll see if a few people jump on. I'm excited to be here. I'm a little worried about this whole 3 cards in 30 minutes, but we'll see. Hey, Holly. Hi, Anna Marit. I'm going to have to learn how to say hello and welcome in Norwegian. And hey, Yvette, how are you, friend? All right, y'all. 3 cards in 30 minutes. At least Kendra took part of the guesswork out of this for me. I did get a card kit, and this is the mystery card, like the kit, the whole kit. Hey, Jamie. Hi, Carol. Hi, Kendra. Hey, Reagan. Miss Barbara. La. So when you get the kit, it comes with all of your goodies in there. But there's also this QR code, because I always want to know where the cool little stamps are from that Kendra sends. So if you scan this QR code, you get a sheet like this, and it tells you what all is in your kit. And I have the birthday bash kit, which came with the cutest little bunny stamp and die, some fabulous papers, which there actually are 6 by 6 papers, so you could do your all 15 cards and some card backs. So today I have sketches 4, 5, and 6. And I have done some prep work because, I don't know, about 3 hours ago I was already nervous. But I'm excited. I stuck pretty close to the sketches this time. That's always hard for me. I always want to kind of branch off a little bit. I did have to flip one only because on this first one, I cut my papers the wrong direction. Well, I'll show you. So this is how I store my kits or my pages or whatever. I print out one of the sketches for the sheets. I print out all of them. I cut them up. They go, and I just reuse these each challenge. So, because the numbers are always the same. And so I just add in the things. So that's my little tip. Lynn had the washi tape tip. This is my little tip. And, but, let's see. This isn't the paper. That is not the paper I was talking about. There's a plaid paper. Let me find it. It's in here. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love this paper. I'm going to use it. But when you cut it on the, on the diagonal, this is all the stuff that's in the kit. But when you cut a plaid on a diagonal that is not square, your plaid gets a little wonky. And I thought, oh, this is going to be so pretty. And I cut it, and I was like, that just doesn't work for me. I was so sad because I love this plaid. But that's all right. We pivoted. It'll all work out. But just, take note with which direction things go and how you have to cut your papers. So this is my little stamp set, and it's this little cutie patootie, but we're using him next. So this one should go pretty darn quick. And I am going with the colors that are in the balloons here. And this is actually kind of a pink. I don't know if it shows up on my screen well enough or not, but so this is my focal image. And then these are my 2. And this is kind of wacky colors, but we're doing it. Definitely pivoting. Here got our balloon, and I had cut, see if I want, That didn't help. um, oh, I could have flipped it, but then it would have been the other way. But we're gonna stick with this way. So we're gonna stick with our sketch, but I like this side better. So you can audition, and Lala always she doesn't make fun of me. She appreciates my paper auditioning. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this one because I actually have some coloring to do on one of them. So we're gonna start putting this one together. Congratulations to all of the winners from KCC 18, and I love the showcase. There's so much inspiration just within the showcase. If you check out the group, the Facebook group, where everybody shares, I love seeing everybody's cards. I think that's just part of the fun of it is, well, we're just going with it. That's going to be a little wonky. A little wonky donkey. Embrace it. La la. You know that's hard to do. We're going with it. We're embracing the change. No, I love the sketches. And I would like to thank Kendra and Lynn for asking me to be a live stream hopper. Let me see, did I cut this one down? No. I think I'm going to cut this down and make it a little smaller. Because I might want to layer. So we're going to go down. And the sketches are an inspiration point, a kind of a jumping off point for your own creativity. And if there's, you want to rotate it this way or flip things around, which this one is actually going the opposite direction, which is good, then you know what? Just go with it. It's to inspire your creativity, get you going. And like Lynn was saying, if you finish all 3 months of submissions, that's 45 cards that you've done, ready to go into your stash, to be sent out whenever you need them, or, shipped off. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I would love it if you would hit that like button, subscribe if you want, and share if you're so inclined. All right. There we go. No glue worms. So that just what I'm smushing, and Lynn does the same thing with her thing, but it just kind of disperses your glue underneath, which then allows, there's no air, and when there's no air, then your adhesive works a little better. All right, we're actually going to put our balloons on a wobbler, like they're kind of floating in the air. So they're going to wobble because wobblers are fun. And I have a question. I'm not going to do a poll because I'm not sure how to do it. But when you do a wobbler, do you put this side on your wobbly bits and this side down? Or do you do it the other way around? I always try and put so that, I don't know what I do now. Because one side seems to wobble better. I think I put my solid part. I don't know. I don't remember. I'll have to figure it out. But yeah, the there's always, I can never figure out which way they need to go. Clear side down. So the solid side you put down. See, and I always look like, is it gonna wobble better if the big side's up or big side's down? So we're gonna go with what Alyssa said, and we're gonna put solid part on what needs to wobble. That's how I usually do it, because I think that that side wobbles better. And I just cut all my fingernails. So I have the hardest time getting these things up. That's going to take me my whole 30 minutes. Voila. Oh, there we go. And I do put some extra adhesive. You know, I just want to make sure that my wobbly bits aren't going to fall off. All right, there we go. So there we go. Oh, there's a good idea, Barbara. Yeah, the plaid. I love the plaid, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't do it. It was too. See, I think I put. Yeah, that's how I do it. I put it so that like the little springy part is up, because I think that's how it wobbles better, with the weight of your wobbly bits are on the little thin part of the wobbler. And then I put the extra part down. And I have broken so many of these trying to put them together. I always, for some reason, pop the middles out of them. There we go. I love a wobbler. I love a good wobbler. But that's one way, you know, this is a pretty, not really a basic sketch, but it's a pretty simple sketch. And we're going to use the same sentiment on everything. And that's the one that came in my kit on the stamp set that says, have a cupcake day. Because not even just have a happy birthday or anything. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. Happy cupcake day, because any day can be cupcake day. So we are going to cut this out real quick. Actually, we're going to stamp it. Where did my time go? It's going so fast. I gotta find my little banners. I did too much chatting. So I keep my little banner pieces already cut. I just have to grab one. There we go. Every day is cupcake day. I won't take as much time on the others. I promise. All right. We're just going for it. At least Kendra, you know, has taken a lot of the guesswork out of it for me, and I don't have to figure it out. We'll clean that later. All right, let's get our sentiment on here, and I'm gonna pop that up. I know Lynn asked favorite sketches. I love sketch number 10, but I also love sketch number 5, and that one is coming up next. I got lucky. And I am not going to put this onto a card front yet. So there is sketch number 4. All right. Now let's move on to sketch number 5. And this is the one I was going to color. And it's pretty simple coloring because it's a bunny. And bunnies can be white. But we're going to put the rest of it together first. And this kind of gives off Halloween vibes, but that's all right. That is okay. But all of this paper, every day is cupcake day. My glue dried out. Figures. So what is y'all's favorite cupcake flavor? I am a red velvet girl. If cheesecake was a cupcake flavor, then it would be cheesecake. But the bunny is adorable. And, you know, he's kind of Eastery, but we're gonna give him some. I love this stripe with the ombre behind it. Lemon, ooh, yum. Red, let's see, I love, oh, snickerdoodle. Cheesecake, I love cheesecake. And then the other thing, is cheesecake a pie? I mean, it is round and it does have a crust, so is cheesecake a pie? Or is cheesecake a cheesecake? All right, and I actually, if you saw my KCC video from yesterday, I did sketch 5 there too. It just seemed to be the one that worked. Cheesecake's a pie. And we're gonna use the polka dots on this paper. Yes, Alyssa, my girl. That's the best. And we are going to, I'm gonna center this going this way because this sketch, we are actually going to rotate it because my bunny takes up a little room. All right, I got 10 minutes. I can color really fast. I already got my markers. So for the fur to kind of look like fur, my light went weird. We're just gonna kind of highlight some of the gray areas, like where there would be a shadow. And this is my super speedy coloring. He's got some giant bunny feet. I love them. So this is just a real quick color just to kind of give some little highlights. There we go. And then we'll do his ears. And his little bunny nose. And he's gonna have little bunny cheeks. All right, but we are going to color our cupcake. There. And I'm gonna highlight. Along here. I love cupcakes because you know what? They're portable. Hey Elizabeth. I know, look at his little belly. He's cute. Cupcakes are, you know, they're portable. You don't have to slice anything. They're personal. It's like a personal pan pizza. All right, now let's get some purple. And I know these look like Easter eggs, but they're just really big sprinkles. Because he's a bunnies, and this is giant cupcake, so there's some really large sprinkles. I know. I might have to make some cupcakes. My son's girlfriend, her mom bakes cakes, and for my birthday she made me a chantilly cake. Most amazing thing I've ever had, ever. All right, and we're gonna do some pink icing, a real light pink icing. Speed coloring. Boop-a-doo. Ooh, spice cake. That sounds good, T. Gotta color my... All right. Color our cupcake. There we go. My little flowers need centers. Now my hands are gonna start to shake because I'm nervous. All right, so let's get our little bun on here. So cute. All right, and we're gonna stamp our Yvette, shh. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. All right. We're not gonna put a sentiment. We're gonna put some of these enamel dots where a sentiment would go. And I think we're gonna go with this color. Ah. All right, there's card 2. Our bunny. All right, card number 3. Sketch number 6, which is fantastic if you have scraps to use up. And this one, we're just gonna go with how it goes. I need to trim this one. I got 6 minutes, I can put it together. And we're gonna put our strips on, and then we are going to, so here's my other little tip. These are my strips. Here. So it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, pink piece of paper, there, and my sentiment. But I wanted to make sure that we were centered top and bottom, and so this is my little jig to make sure that they're gonna go in the right place. So we're just gluing. We're just gluing. Well, it was a white bunny, Reagan, so that doesn't really, you know, there wasn't much coloring to it, and I did just kind of scribble the icing. Anyway, I promise I am not usually so squirrely. Well, not completely squirrely. All right, so we're just gonna bump these up next to each other. And I'm gonna flip this one over and use the other side. And so I've made a bunch of cards with this kit, and I have so much left over still. All right, here's my plaid. I finally get to use my plaid, although this pink side is pretty cool too. 4 minutes. Ah. I need to trim that a little more. That was my note to self. Trim it down. We're good. It's all good. Because I just have to trim off. I hear the Jeopardy theme song playing. All right, and then we've got, and I know this is supposed to be a sticker, but I'm not going to fuss with, well, and the thing is that if you've cut other things down, you've got the scraps. Ta-da! Hoo hoo hoo! There we go. Look, it was a sentiment and any object all in one. So, we've got 6, 5, but I lost my sketch. 5 and 4, and it wobbles. Wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby. And I still have 2 minutes. Look at that. So we could slow down, and my timer's going off telling me it's time. We can add a little shading on our bunny here. Just on our icing to where the icing layers, and I forgot sprinkles. I have some real sprinkles I was gonna glue on there. So when I take the pictures, you will actually see the real sprinkles. So next up is T with Not Afraid of Color, and it should redirect if I manage to do that the right way. I appreciate everybody being here. This was a blast. I love going live. So, you know, if you would like to subscribe to my channel and see when I go live next, I would appreciate it. There are my beautiful cards. See if we can fit them all in here. And this was a blast. So head on over to Not Afraid of Color. Thanks, guys.